So this is my Windows Server 2019 server. This is server manager. Okay. And next here we want to install a Hyper-V, but I want to install first domain controller. Okay. So initially we'll first conduct install a domain controller for authentication, and if you want to communicate between two servers, then we need a proper authentication. Okay, so we need it or not, just a domain controller authentication, otherwise we don't get a Kerberos authentication. Okay, not directly, so we'll going to install a Windows Server, Hyper-V in Windows Server 2019. So here is a minimum requirements, compulsory 64, of course, Windows Server 2019, it's a 64-bit PC only. And 4 GB RAM is required. So I have a 4 GB RAM, just to show you, like here it is. I'm going to task manager and I will show you that one. Okay, CPU, and then virtualization enabled, compulsory, so I'm getting enabled. Memory, so 4 GB RAM is there. So currently 1.2 G is available. Maybe due to this updates are going on. Okay. Next, any server, any server compulsory, we required a static IP address also. Okay, so one static address compulsory, we required for any server access. Like we got a vCenter problem because of the IP address keep changing for every reboot. So like that. So we should avoid that one. So we have to assign some IP address for at least one network port. So this is my VMnet 0. So this is my VMnet 0. Just I'm going to VMnet 0. I'm clicking here. So you can see for NIC. So we put it. This is my first NIC. Check it. It contains some IP address. Okay, that's a very good one. Mm, I think where it is connected, I have to check it. So going to settings, the first one. So first one is VMnet 1. That's why it is showing like that. So it is not getting IP from my router. Okay. So then it is very good. So I will assign a static IP. Assign in a some class B IP address like 172 series. Anything you can put it, like I put a 200. Okay, no need of gateway and any DNS kind of stuff. Later we can fix that one. So I just assign a some IP address. 192 will give you a little bit balance, but 172 is okay. Assign a one static IP address to it. Just a refresh like this. If you don't want IPv6, also you can disable it. Next, it's showing some computer name. I don't like this computer name. Just I click on that computer name. Then it is showing it is full computer name like this. It is in work group. Anyway, I don't have any domain now. Currently, I don't open any domain here. Just I want to change the computer name only. My computer name is WinS1. Okay, or you can use like a CTS7 WinS1 also. But hyphen is there. Hyphens and underscores will give you a problem. That's why I'm not changing anything. Just I will put a WinS1. Otherwise, you can put it like this: CTS7 WinS1. Okay, that's it. I CTS7 WinS1. I didn't put hyphen here or underscore anything. It is in work group. Keep it in work group only. But if you change the computer name, it definitely asks for a restart. Okay, close. It is asking for restart. I click on restart later. I will restart it by because its update is going on. Still installation pending, installing. That is a big problem. Meanwhile, meanwhile, as it is given, so whether can we install Hyper-V or not, we'll check with the command prompt. So I'm going to CMD. Windows is a non-case sensitive. Any command, anything you can put. System info .exe. If you don't give it .exe also okay. So it will check your system and it will generate a report about your system. So if you go to scroll up, then you can see what is your host name. Host name is not yet changed. Why? Because we required a restart. And I install Windows Server 2019 Data Center Evolution version. Okay, this is the build version. Microsoft standalone server because not yet it is not in a domain now. Okay, two processors are there. 64-bit PC. Physical memory. You can see 4 GB. Available physical memory. Okay, virtual memory it is showing 5 GB, 5.5 GB virtual memory. Yeah, of course I can change the virtual memory also. I will change the virtual memory. Okay, and next, Hyper-V requirements. VM monitor mode extension, yes. Virtualization enabled in a firmware, yes. Second level address translation is yes. Data execution prevention is available, yes. Okay, okay, exit. So if you want to increase your virtual memory, also better to increase the virtual memory because when you're running a virtual machines, it consumes your main memory. And but to run the smooth of a machine, if you have a uh, virtual memory, then it is good. So virtual memory is nothing but your swap memory type only in Linux. Swap in a Linux. Okay, swap in a Linux. Virtual memory in Windows. So in Windows, we call it as a virtual memory. Okay, and also this virtual memory in Windows, we call it as a paging. Page file system. Any name they can use it, but it is a in Windows. In Windows, virtual memory always in a disk, so we have to go through like this. It is like a two, oh no, your RAM size into 1.5. So my RAM size is 4 GB into 1.5. So how much GB it is? 6 GB. Okay, you have to convert 6 into 1024. Okay, like that. So go to Calci. 6 into 1024. Okay, so this is equal 41, sorry, 6144 MB. 144 MB. So before it is doing that one, so I am going to set one by one. So how to change it is you have to go to this option, very simple option. Go to advanced, go to advanced, performance. Okay, go to performance, first option only, go to settings, advanced, virtual memory, change, unselect this one. This is automatical allocation page filing. Unselect this one, click on customize. Initial means recommended. 1407 is a recommended. In initial size is recommended is 1407. Maximum size is your RAM size into 1.5. Click on set, so that is showing this range. So it maximum allocate up to 6 GB virtual memory. Okay, so the changes occur, so you require a restart. I think you have to put in a full screen mode for that one. So what I'm going to do is, why it is not doing that one. Automatically it will set now. So I already installed VMware tools also. Yeah, okay, okay. Restart later. So I changed my computer name and I didn't add to domain, so just it's okay, no problem. Okay, and also I will install this VMware. Sorry, um, I will download this one. I have a administrator center, but it is very old one. Okay, so I'm going to download this one also. Continue. Just give your details. Any details is okay, no problem. Anything, no problem. Just you can give. Yes, I think I given correct answers. Download. I click on download. It is taking time to pop up. Download. Cancel this one. I think it is downloaded in my downloads. I'm copying it and pasting here. Okay, guys, how to manage the disk? My hard disk is around 160 GB. I want to split my hard disk. Okay, I will install because one time only I will restart. No, two times, three times restart is there. Multiple restarts are there. Validating port number 80. Something option, any option you can put it, no problem. What will happen? I don't want to use Microsoft update. Very good. Enable access for multiple admins, contact from any PC with a supported browser, manage computers on a private network. You can install PC to manage directly from it. Allow Windows admin to modify the machine's trusted host settings. Automatically update Windows Admin Center. Use WinRM or HTTPS only. So it's okay. Use the settings only. Port number is 443. Okay. Generate a self-signed certificate. Expire in 60 days. You can redirect it if you want it. Just install it. I installing with the default settings only. Not installing with any change of settings. We'll see what happens. Only once I use for 2016. If you have a 2016 also, you can use it. Windows servers. If you have a Windows server, we can access this server remotely. Okay, you want to access remotely, so we required few things. Either it is like server manager should be there. To manage it, we need a server manager that we have to download it from again Microsoft Windows. Install a server one and connect it to Windows server. Okay, just like a server manager, you can get it from there. So then you can do whatever you want to install in a this server. You can do it from here. Okay, and also you can connect this one to multiple different servers and we can manage it. Second one is PowerShell. You can connect with the PowerShell and we can manage the Windows servers. So the new one from 2016. So if you are using 2016 or 19, okay, so you can use Windows Admin Center. It is a direct GUI mode. So your client PC or maybe remote PC not required in a domain. Anyone from the network can able to access if they know username and password. That's it. And why I'm installing this one is there is a one more point of Hyper-V is there. Main important is Hyper-V. Um, what we can say, Hyper-V monitoring is there. Okay, Hyper-V related monitoring is there. Of course, we can manage Hyper-V from the web browser. So using Windows Admin Center. So that's what I am trying to do our things. 182. So meanwhile, I will change this IP address also for network access. Same as it is assigned by DHCP. That one only I am giving. The presetting is important. So why I'm telling all these settings, just don't follow blindly, but This is I given 172 16 200. Okay. Yeah, it is installed, but it is showing a URL like this. Not required. Just okay. So I assign two IP addresses. In both are in static. One is for local one, and another one is like anyone in the network we can access. This is for my PC purpose only. Installation is done. So I'm going to restart once, and again we'll install a Hyper-V. It will be slow because of these updates. Restart. So before going to restart, I want to test once. It is how it is freezed. Open this one. Yeah, open. Why my PC is become slow? 192 dot 168 dot 182, and port number is 443. Okay, it is open. Continue. Yeah, it is asking for a sign in. Administrator by default, we have administrator account is there now. Admin at the rate 123. Click OK. What happened? Something is happened here. So maybe because of there is a setting problem. Just I will restart and I will change the setting. It got freezed earlier. You see, this is I installed, but it will take time for restart. Windows Server now. Anything is unnecessary, close it. Guys, any doubts, please ask. You have to pull one more day. If in case, guys, if it is not done now because it's already 5 o'clock. Okay. 5:30 we close. I will check the meeting is there or not. Okay. Um, evening, I will install Hyper-V. Um, tomorrow I will show you Hyper-V, each and every option, because again Hyper-V installation it will take restart once more. Okay, it's keep restarts. That's the problem with this Hyper-V. Entire system is slow. Is afternoon effect or what? Any doubts, please ask me. And compulsory read. I shared a notes and PPTs also. Okay, compulsory go through and just you don't need to do much hard work also. This is how to install with a Hyper-V. Sorry, PowerShell. You want to install a PowerShell with the PowerShell. You want to install a Hyper-V. So this is the how we can able to install. Okay. Next, this is how to create a virtual switch, and different type of virtual switches are there in a Hyper-V. Same thing. Okay, this is for creating a virtual switch with a PowerShell. This one, how to create a virtual machine in a Hyper-V. So like that. Okay. So here it is, managing virtual machines with a Windows Admin Center. So which one we installed? Okay, what are the features of that one? We'll get a high level Hyper-V host resourcing monitor, unified experience, bring Hyper-V manager and flavor cluster manager capabilities together, simplified yet powerful workflow of virtual machine management. I will show you some pictures here. It will be there. Monitor Hyper-V resource like. So using admin center, we can check your virtual machine is running or not. Okay, how much resources it is consuming, including graphical representation. We will get with that one. So this is a machine inventory. So you have a multiple machines. Already I told, if you are having a data center 1024 virtual machines, we can able to run at a time. Based depends upon your RAM and disk processing capacity. Unlimited virtual machines we can able to create it also. But if it is running, then whether it is running, how much CPU is consuming, how much RAM it is consuming, as what is the assigned memory, okay, and is running or not, like that we can see. And also using admin center, we can able to create a virtual machine in Hyper-V. So this is how we can create. Just go to option, create a new virtual machine, then give the details and install it also. So here it is, memory. Okay, like this. This is advanced management tools for a single virtual machine. So if you select one virtual machine, you want to turn off, shut down, you want to save it, pause it, restart, like that. We can monitor single virtual machine wise also. Okay, so this is deployed virtual machine, currently running one. Left side you can see the tools also there, backup, certificate, device, events, kind of stuff. Okay, that is the one. So this is the main thing. So as in a, it is a PPT. Of course, I put a pictures only, but in a notes I given details about that one. Okay, so compulsory look at it, even if it is a new or it is a completely look like a trash one. So no problem, just try. It is not going easily. Maybe there is a sign in or a password problem is there. So I think so. Okay. So finally, we check. Okay. Checklist for install Hyper-V, and we install Windows Admin Center and of course once it is restarted, how to check once again, like to access a machine remotely, few things should be allowed. One is allowed at a firewall. The firewall exemption should be there, or disable the firewall, because if you are in a local, so firewall is not a mandatory. Firewall is a central firewall is there. So in a local you don't require a firewall. Firewall software firewall is important only when you are connected in a public network. Okay, public Wi-Fi is like that, compulsory firewall should be enabled. In a private network, generally we trust every PC, then no need of firewall. So you can disable the firewall, or you can create an exception for that services. And another one is WinRM should be enabled. Means remote management. WinRM means remote management related should be enabled. Then only we can able to access. I will check it. I will set it. Okay, that's it. Today, that too in afternoon, nothing is going on. But I told basic things about your Hyper-V. Please go through once, study, and you got a time today, just for 5 minutes. Anyone want to ask any questions? Please ask me. You want a control, or if you don't have a resources, please. I am here to help you on anything. Okay. If you are not cooperating, I can't do anything favor to you. Just telling something and leaving like that. So why it is, because of the background and all, it is taking time. You have to minimize that one. It is look like a very big notes, but still it is good. Yeah, tell me.
Hi Latif.
Yeah, tell me, tell me.
Yeah. I created DHCP range in server. I tried to con- I tried to get